What's up guys, it's Orange, and today we're bringing you a video discussing the image you can see on screen here, which is an image of the weekly update last week from Bungie, and the quote on it was, "Dancing on the balance beams." Now, I'm assuming this is referring to the Matador and some of the weapon patches coming soon. As Bungie said, there would be one coming soon. I think in the update, which I didn't read all the way, but I have heard that there is going to be a weapon update soon, and it was supposed to happen during the dawning, but it got pushed back for some reason. So let's take a time to look at what may happen. So maybe if you want to prepare for what weapons are going to be good, what weapons are going to be bad. This is all speculation, so don't take any of this, take it with a grain of salt because it's not going to be accurate. This is my speculation, and if you want to leave your opinions down below on what should or shouldn't be buffed, let me know. So obviously the Matador, I'm positive, not positive, okay, I said it's speculation, but I'm highly certain that it will be getting nerfed, maybe to make it equal to other shotguns, so, there's a wider variety to use in the Crucible, maybe on a competitive level, you could see something besides the Matador. You might occasionally see some party crashers in the competitive level, but you're not going to see it too often. Maybe high rate of fire shotguns might be the new thing. I don't see that happening, but I don't know. It depends on what Bungie makes, because whatever they do is gonna go. So I mean, who knows? High rate of fire shotguns might be a good thing. So I wouldn't delete anything like that. Whenever there's a weapon update coming out, make sure you hang on to all your weapons, or in general, just hang on to weapons, even if they're not the meta archetype. I would hang on to them in situations like these when the meta might be changing. So that's what I'm going to say for the Matador. I'm assuming they're probably just going to balance it to make it equal to other shotguns. So there's a little more variety because the Matador has been dominating the Crucible pretty much ever since its release in the House of Wolves. So we're going to go through some of the nerfs and buffs on each of these topics. So first, let's talk subclass. Now, as you saw in the image, there was a Warlock holding the shotgun. So that could imply that they're thinking about nerfing Warlocks, maybe Stormcrawlers in particular. As I said, this is all speculation, so I don't know. But there could be some subclass changes, as Warlock is pretty strong right now. You don't see too many Hunters. Titans are in a pretty good place, but there could be some minor changes throughout that. But if you're a Stormcaller, I don't know. You never know what could happen. One subclass that I have been wondering about is Golden Gun. They might buff Golden Gun. I don't know how, but I feel like Golden Gun's very underplayed in the Crucible right now. You don't see it very often, and I haven't played a sweat against someone as a Golden Gun in a long time. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe there's a buff to Golden Gun. That could be a thing. Besides that, I don't really know. As I said, I don't know much about this, but if you have any opinions or speculation, that's what this video is also for things like that. So moving on to the weapon types, shotguns in the whole may or may not be getting a nerf. I'm not positive about that, but I feel like the sniper shotgun balance right now is so off. I know Bungie's probably aware of the 4v4 tournaments going around, and I've seen a lot of complaints on Twitter about how you're forced to use a shotgun in fours. You don't see any fusion rifle snipers or sidearms in fours. Snipers just aren't good for fours because of the fact that a lot of the fours game modes like Supremacy or Zone Control or stuff like that, they require you to play very aggressive, and a sniper's just not very good. I mean, you might get a good snipe from far away, but then you got to push all the way across the map to get the crest and Supremacy, so they're not very practical for that. And then Zone Control, they're not very practical either, because you're not going to really want to push into a room like Burning Shrine with a sniper trying to get B for zone. It's just not going to work out very well. Not saying it's impossible to use a sniper in fours, but it's definitely very difficult. Not that many people do it. So maybe something could be happening with snipers and shotguns. I don't know. I doubt they're going to touch sidearms as of right now, or fusions, because they're both in a pretty decent place. They're not on the competitive level, of course, but as far as regular Crucible goes, they work out pretty well. One more thing I want to discuss was hand cannons. Now, we know hand cannons have been pretty much the meta ever since, I'd say, House of Wolves. I mean, maybe like back in like Dark Below and stuff, where auto rifles are really good, and beta and alpha and all that stuff, auto rifles are good. But ever since like House of Wolves, hand cannons have pretty much been the dominant weapon to use. I know the Clever Dragon, I forgot to mention this, the Clever Dragon will most likely be getting a nerf, and that archetype in general, so probably also the Grasp of Malak, as those pulse rifles are clearly superior over any other type of pulse rifle in the game. So they might want to increase some diversity on pulse rifle usage by maybe nerfing that archetype, by maybe lowering the damage output or something along those lines. But as far as hand cannons go, hand cannons, I feel like they're in a good place right now. But as far as competitive goes, most people use the hand cannons, and maybe Bungie wants to see something different with maybe scouts or ARs. So if ARs got a buff, maybe they could be viable in sweats. I mean, I know some people that use them, but the whole of the community definitely does not use them. Scouts, in my opinion, I don't think scouts are ever going to be the meta for sweats just because of their, long map. Like, there's not too many open maps. It's just, I don't see scouts ever being a dominant force in the Crucible, especially in competitive. But that's about all I have to say for this. Things to definitely look out for: Matador Nerf, the Clever Dragon Nerf, and maybe some subclass changes to Warlocks, or maybe buffing the Golden Gun on a Hunter. As I said, that'd be pretty cool, as you don't see too many Golden Guns anymore. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. I know it's been a while since I've made a video like this. I've been uploading a lot of sweat gameplays and stuff recently, because that's what I've been doing, to be honest. I've been doing a lot of sweats, a lot of practice. I've also been working on some of the montages that I've got clips from some of y'all. Those are in the works right now. They should be coming out soon, so look forward to some montages by some guys that sent me some clips, and also me and some other guys I know are working on some stuff for some future montages. So look forward to that, guys. But that's about it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and peace out.